Hello everybody. So, as the stream says, today we're going to be working on painting up my Vemoncrawler. I went ahead the other day, I wanted to work on a base. So we did that right there, made that base up. Wasn't planning on painting up the Vemoncrawler, but you know, I got the base made up. No point in not having it painted or having it sit there and collect dust. So today we're going to start on it. I don't know how much we're going to work on it today, but we're going to get a start on it at least. My plan is hopefully to knock out the main parts of it today. And then from there, we'll probably, after we get the main parts knocked out, probably cut it out, and then later on next week or so, or maybe later on this week, we'll paint it up with the rest of the details. Cut this into a stream, maybe 2 streams, or maybe 3 streams, I'm not sure. But yeah, we've kind of had some things going on at my, I tried to go down to part-time, and I figured they would, when I went down to part-time with my work, I figured I'd only lose a few hours, and they ended up cutting my hours in half. So I'm kind of trying to enjoy having the weekends off, because this is the last weekend I'm going to have off for a while, unless obviously using vacation and such. So hopefully things will go back to normal before too long. We'll get used to all the scheduling and all that, and get it all done. So what we're going to do, goal today, I'm hoping to get this all base coated with the red. Probably hit it with some brass, because a good chunk of this is that brass color. And then go from there. We're using the contrast Blood Angel paint right now. Because I really like how this contrast actually does what it says it's going to do, and covers over the zenithal highlight, and the darker areas look darker. So it actually works pretty well for what I'm wanting to do. You know, for a good base coat, covering up, making some of the details, a little more definition into it. I'm not sure, I don't think this is going to be bright enough red, but we shall see. This is actually going to be my corn army, World Eaters. I actually went on the GoFund for the Veil Touched miniatures from mini war games. Waiting for those to come in. Unfortunately, that won't be until October. So I'm planning on this being for that army. So plan was not to paint this until much later, because this is part of the Chaos Army Start Collecting, which I picked up with tax money. Just kind of get more models than just the base, what I got with the Veil Touch, which, in all honesty, hello Michael, how you doing today? In all honesty, the Veil Touch is a lot. I'm getting like 75 models. So there's quite a bit. I'm hoping I'll have a little bit of notice on that, where I can put in some vacation time, and I might do as soon as it comes in, do the unbox, and hopefully that day that I receive them, and then cut it, you know, and then pick a few models and do a rather long live stream of painting up a couple of them. I'm thinking the Chaos Lord, which is Lord Tyrak. I'm horrible with names, but thinking offhand, that might be one that we paint up. It's also the Heralds that ended up being a free gift, which is a nice little bonus. Might paint those up too. Kind of see how things go. But I would really like to get some painted up as soon as they come out. All good. I know life happens. And I've been not exactly steady on when I stream. Like I was saying earlier, I'm just kind of, I was getting into the handle of having certain days off, and now I'm getting to have to get used to having other days off, so it's kind of been a bit of a headache. I hate, this is the one thing I really, unfortunately with contrast paints, is just trying to make sure you get everywhere. So it's a little bit of a headache, but thankfully the spots that I won't be able to get as I'm pulling it further off the camera, thankfully the parts that I won't be able to reach too well will be in shadow, so they would be darker anyway, so it's okay. And obviously a lot of this is not going to stay this red, but it's kind of a habit I've gotten into, is whatever your first color is, it goes on everything. And you make sure that's your main color. And I know, like this underside right here, most of this isn't going to be red. I know these tendrils right here, I'm not going to paint them red, but, or they're not going to stay red, but they are going to get painted red. Oh. I know this part is not, the best for learning or watching, because all I'm doing is literally globbing paint on, but unfortunately it's a part that has to be done. And I typically end up having to go over it a couple times just to make sure that I don't miss any weird spots. Especially these rounder pieces, it's harder to get. Unless you completely go around and look at it 3-4 times and hit it again. unfortunately, this is not going to be as red as I was hoping. But it is fine. It'll definitely work. It's better to find out now than later. But I definitely need to look at a brighter contrast colors, I think. Brighter red. Sorry about that, kind of zoned out there for a second. I'm trying to make sure, like I said earlier, making sure that I get every bit of it painted. Just a heads up, I'm gonna go ahead and mute for a minute. I got someone pulling up, so it's probably gonna get loud here. Alright, I'm back. And like I said, somebody was pulling up my house, and we have 5 dogs in the house right now. So you can imagine how much noise they were fixing to make. Alright, so that's the first part. Like I said, we're going to let it dry for a little bit. And then we're going to go on to a brass color. I'll paint up some of these iconography details, what have you. I'm going to give it just a minute to dry a little bit more because that's pretty wet. Oh. So I've actually been playing Path to Glory with my family. We play about once a month. Every Saturday we do. It's my day, then the wife's day, then the eldest, then the youngest. On my days we've been doing Warhammer Path to Glory. And last game, me and my wife both unlocked our, well, my Demon Prince. And then the wife, she unlocked Ukraine, which is going to be her Demon Prince. So unfortunately, looks like the game is about over. Because once you get your Demon Prince, the last part is to win after you get your Prince, and that solidifies it. So, I don't know if we'll be playing another one. We did a few things wrong when we did it this time around, so there's a couple things we might try differently. But I'm not sure if we're going to do another Path to Glory next. Might just, yeah, next one might be just, you know, playing the game. I don't. So kind of the issue I'm running into is, unfortunately, you got to put this on pretty thick to get the transition. As you can see right there, but as you can also see, it's super wet right now. So, yeah, I'm going to have to let this dry. So, might be a short one, but wanted to make sure y'all knew I was still alive, kind of see what's going on, and get a start on this. But we're going to let that dry, and we'll paint that another time, I think, finish it up, because I don't want to mess it up, and I can already see that red starting to flow through that brass. And I want to make sure it looks nice and crisp. It looks pretty good on the stream, but in real life you can really kind of see that red starting to come through. So I'm going to let this dry, and we will come back to that another time. I know it's a bit of a short one, but I'll catch y'all later. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I have a Fiverr account if you guys are interested in having me commission something. I paint it live on stream, or if you don't want it painted live where you can put input in, I can do it. Just give me the details.